don't know. It's not even really a logical raise. Really, yeah, a little low. It's a little low here, which I don't like. Should have been like 280, $3, but I would just get him in. I'd just go ahead and shove here. That guy folds, and this guy raises. You're committed. I mean, if he has aces or kings, sucks. Bit of a cooler, but you still have outs. You hit trips, and you hit your flush, but he has pocket kings. I mean, so that's kind of a ridiculous hand, right? I'm curious about the percentages here. Way behind, you go way ahead, and you lose. So one of those hands, man. But I think getting it in on the flop is about where it should have been, and a really strong case to do it pre-flop as well. Good raise. C-bet, he calls. I found, paired board C-betting is pretty good, but when it's like low cards, people tend not to go away. Not a card to barrel. Queen is a card you can barrel here for like $1.50, and it really puts him in a position where he can only call with either an 8 or queen. Oh, wow, and that's exactly what you do, and clearly I'll be wrong here. He shows pocket jack, so... so much for my coaching, right? But hey, it's free, so you get what you pay for. But I would have played it, identically. So it's just one of those really weird hands. Just these fish, they kill me, man. I always do well against the regulars. People should know that. I do great against the regulars, then just the fish just kill me. That's not really true, but great raise there, jacks. Unfortunately, you're way ahead, way behind, and the guy's just short stacked. So this is a really crappy situation. If you check, he shoves, you kind of have to call. If you see that he shoves, you're mathematically obligated to call. So he goes in and calls, and then like the worst card in the world comes on the turn. I'd check, and I'd probably try to check it down and just call here, yeah. And he shows 6-10, which is just absolutely the most ridiculous hand for him to win with. So total cooler. Jacks again. You go ahead and call. Against a guy this short, I just get it in. Because this brought this guy in, and now, a queen flopped, so what do you do now? You see, that's exactly what happened. So you're happy to get it in against him. You're like, great, unfortunately, this guy raises you, and you're kind of screwed. So, yeah, the folds there is fine. And nines. Top set. Good raise. A real tough card comes on, but you're getting him in. 120 is the bet here. I don't know why you didn't bet that. He calls, and he shows a straight. Man, you run as good as I do. So, yeah, some tough hands there. But so it looks like your big blind play is pretty good. You just ran into some just really crappy situations, which happens. Don't get upset, because everyone gets upset, and it's going to just keep happening to you for the rest of your life. So might as well let it go now. So let's take a look at some other interesting situations here. All right, so I realize we're kind of dwindling here on time, so I grabbed some big hands, and we're just going to kind of see, and I'll try to get through the standard ones kind of quick. Oh, we already saw this Jack 4 one. Ace King. No, where? Whoa. Time out. 82-27. Oh, albeit 11 hands, min raises. Dude, you're getting it in against this guy. The flat here doesn't make any sense, and this is clearly an area you should be 3-betting here. And when someone min raises, I still make it my normal 3-bet size. Don't give them a discount just because they min raised. So top, guy donks. You got to be raising here. I'd be raising a little bit more than just 3 times. That should be 3 times plus this guy's bet. So $1.20, $1.50 even would have been appropriate. Guy goes nowhere. At this point, this guy keeps firing, and you showed a lot of strength, so I'm just calling this bet, and you go ahead and raise, because I'm getting suspicious here. Like, did he hit a set? Did he hit a weird 2-pair, and then he's raising you back, and I have a feeling he just got it in, and probably got it in really bad. Yeah, and he did hit his set. So on the turn, you showed aggression here on the flop, excuse me, and he went nowhere. And then he donks again. He's like, double donk, didn't go away. So it's like, these are the telltale signs that someone outflopped you when you got top pair. So you just want to be really careful here and not raise, and just keep the pot really small. and hoping he's just playing his draw really weird and doesn't hit. I mean, I don't know. This could be a pretty debatable hand, but it's a bit of a cooler, and it's just one of those things that happens. Okay, jacks. Big blind hand. We saw this one. That's fine. Overpair. Good raise. I'm being careful at this point, and probably folding. Yeah. Tough hand there. Good raise. Terrible flop. Let's go ahead and see about it. He's going nowhere. Fortunately, you do hit your turn, but you got to be careful. I mean, look at everything that filled. Flushes and straights just filled. So you go ahead and bet it, and this is a bet fold situation. So once he raises here, I might have bet a little less than that, but I really would be wary of just even tossing in the extra $3 or whatever it is to get them all in, which I mean you do. So yeah, unfortunately it's a tough hand, but you got to be careful. I mean, you do hit your turn, but and that's what you always got to be asking yourself: did it help my opponent? Ace King late. Raise. Okay. Jack high boards are always tough to see bet, but I think against this guy it's fine. He min raises you, which I just hate. I think calling's fine, and then I think at this point you might just want to give up. I don't know what raising there does, and he's going to show you a jack every time. Yeah. Queens. Whoa, didn't look. Raise. Re-raise, you go over the top, and he calls. So overpair, and you're got more in the pot than you do behind. So you just go ahead and shove there, and he calls. He shows King 8, which is just a beautiful thing to see. You had to be worried he might have had jacks there, but yeah. I think that's fine. His call there is just so freaking weird. And then I just shove here. I mean, giving yourself $1.65 behind, there's no point in that. But if you're massively tabling, I can understand how those things can slide. Set mining, hit your set. Now, here's a good thing. Do you call here or do you raise? And the answer for me is, how will I possibly lose? And if there's a flush draw here, I'm raising. If I see the guy is super aggressive, I'm raising because he doesn't care. He wants to get it in if he has top pair or has an overpair. So you do flat behind, which I disagree with. I think you can play it fast there against a post-flop super aggressive opponent, especially on a draw board. And so this is, unfortunately for him, he might have hit his flush, but you just, you hit your gin card. You've got a boat. So this is good news for you, bad news for him, just to clarify. And he goes ahead and bets, and you go ahead and just say, let's get it in. You do. And he did hit his flush. So, this is a good reason why you don't want to slow play your flop. You want to be playing it fast with the set, because these things will happen. You'll get drawn out, and it'll be really unfortunate. Okay, Queen King, right in the middle. You flop the nuts, and you don't wait around. He min raises you. Perfect. Love it. I think we got time for one more hand here. Kings. Good job there. Calls. I don't know what these guys are doing, man, but honestly, at this point, I might just shove over the top. I mean, really, this guy's going nowhere, and he's an idiot. So that's great. I'm glad you didn't flat behind and slow play your kings. You get it in. I'm sure you got it in good, which you were light years ahead. So overall, I'm really impressed with your play. I think you're totally ready for 25 no limit. I don't know what your bankroll kind of is or requires. I've always advocated 25, 30 buy-ins as a minimum, and I've actually recently kind of rethought that whole thing, and on my blog posted why 60 buy-ins is actually a great idea, but you got to figure that out for yourself. But overall, at 10 no limit, you should just continue to crush the games playing the way you are. You're doing fine. So this has been Sean for TightPoker.com. We appreciate you watching this video. Take care.